Hi, Roger Shelstad. Welcome to Finding the Growth Equation. Today we're going to jump back into the habits and start off with the habit loop. Your cue, your routine, and your reward. So your cue is the stimulus that initiates the behavior. It is something that could be internal. It could be a feeling of stress, boredom. It could be external, like a place specific, time of the day, things like that, internal, external forces that affect us in some way or form or fashion, right? Now, it could be, something as simple as like your phone dings. So now your cue has triggered the behavior to pick up your phone and check the notification. It could be you went to the park where you met someone special, and this could either cue a positive or a negative reaction. It could be someone special that you're still very dearing to, or it could be somebody that you lost or no longer have in your life that could trigger a more of a negative emotion. So then we can move into the routine, which is the behavior. The behavior is the action of the habit itself. So, the action, picking up your phone, checking it. It could be the smile or frown at the park. It could be the eating after a smell of an aroma in the air. So you're like, oh, that smells great. I want something. And it could be even something different than what you smell, but it's a triggering effect that causes the behavior like, oh, I'm hungry, right? So there's three elements to a habit loop, and over time this loop becomes automated, and then the behavior becomes a habit. So we want to talk about that. So how is this knowledge helpful? So we can be helpful by identifying your cues. Pinpoint the triggers that you have in your good and bad habits that you want to either solidify and reinforce or that you want to remove from your life. Using these themes of what you're learning about right now, using these in a manner where it's actively, you're actively using it, you're proactively jumping onto things, knowing that when this happens, this is what you're going to do automatically. So with that being said, you can hack your routine. So you want to replace the bad habits with good ones. You can't just get rid of bad habits because there's going to be kind of a void there. And if you have a void there, it's going to obviously be something that, you're going to either have anything fall back into that void or probably another bad habit. So we got to purposefully replace and hack this routine, right? So example, if you eat when you're bored or when you're stressed, instead of next time you're stressed or bored, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm going to go into the kitchen and smack up some grub," let's find a different routine to replace that with. So it could be going on a walk, maybe cleaning the house, or finding something stimulating that can replace that habit that you want to replace. It doesn't have to be eating; it could be anything. But as an example, that's an easy one. A lot of people, when they're bored, they want a snack. I want some candy, or I want some crackers. I want to, snack on some chips and dip. It's easy to replace that stimuli with another. That queuing up. When you're like feeling that way. Oh, instead of that, I'm gonna go check out the backyard. I'm gonna go kick it up in the back, watch some birds. Whatever it is that you would like to do in place of that. Proactively think about that, and that way, the next time it strikes up, you already have a response that you can add into that. Now, the biggest thing about rewards, habits, is having rewards. So you want to reward yourself. You want to celebrate your successes. Positive reinforcement creates and solidifies your habits. Now, reinforcement could be, you get to go out and have a cup of coffee. You get to go out and get some Starbucks, or you could just reward yourself in specific ways that doesn't reinforce the bad habit you're trying to get rid of, but actually recreating and building a new habit and rewarding yourself, feeling good about yourself. So you've gotten rid of something bad, or if it's something good that you're solidifying, you can be like, man, I did it. I did that. I succeeded in that. Celebrate your successes. It don't matter how small ones, because the small ones add up. Remember, we talked about compounding successes. So compounding, your successes is, the increments, a little over a time, a little over a time. Eventually, you're going to have a great asset built up, and that's going to be beneficial. So understanding the habit loop, the cue, the routine, and the reward can be super beneficial. This sounds really simple. It's just going to be a short video. We're going to get into other stuff later. And then later on, we're going to bring it all back together. But it helps you to take control of your habits, take control of your life, make positive changes. And this is what we're looking to do, right? We want to have positive changes, positive development in our life. We want to make sure that we can become a better person we are today than we were in some form, fashion, than we were yesterday. So that's our goal. That's what we're looking to do. And stick with it. We're going to find the growth equation together, and we're going to beat this. We're going to beat the negative stigmas. We're going to beat the negative thoughts, the negative self-talk. We're going to talk about all these type of things in the future. But just know that you're a success in just sitting here watching this. You're a success in just being clean today. You're a success in wanting to do something different. Because how many people are sitting out there like, I wish my life was different, but they're still doing the same thing. So if you want something different, you got to do something different. And I applaud you for sticking around, watching this, following through on this. And, hit that subscribe and that like button if I've said something that helpful. And we're going to dig more deeper into this as we go. But I want to just really brace you guys with some terminology and how simple things can really be. It doesn't have to be this really complex solution. They're really simple, but it's just how you use them in application. So stick around for finding the growth equation. We'll have more on this later. Have a great day.